My name is Samson Tedessa, and currently I'm working as a director of the organization called the Fanos Light Children Support Inc., and also working as educational assistant in Pembina Trial School Division in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The project that we started working was called A Journey Back to Sadiqa from Winnipeg. It's a project actually designed in 2015, August 2015, and with the purpose of actually supporting children's education in a small town called Sadiqa. The project idea actually came out of a reflection paper, which I have to do for one of the courses that I was taking in 2015. So the idea is basically the course was talking about the idea of the impact of society in education, the role of society in education. So I was basically choose to reflect by comparing the education system and approach of education of Ethiopia and Canada. So the reason is very simple. I was born and grown up in Ethiopia, and I have passed through the education system in Ethiopia, beginning from elementary school, junior high, high school, and college, and university. I went in Ethiopia. So I have an experience. So since I came to Canada also, I decided to study education. So I've been studying education, and because of that, I had a chance to go to schools and be able to see what's going on in a school system in Canada. So I compared by just using the approach of education the idea of education system. I do this just using my own personal experiences. One thing that I was able to learn through the reflection was the amount of lack of school supplies and other educational aid material in a school located in a small town in Ethiopia. And that was the first compelling reason for me to actually design the project and to launch the project in 2015. The other thing that I learned was amazing. I was in a school and I was able to see, like, in schools in Canada, you basically will find 4 or 5 professionals actually working in elementary school apart from the teacher. Whereas in Ethiopia, I will remember nobody except the teacher. So we don't have a support system that will support children, especially in early education, to succeed in their studies. So for me, after the reflection paper, I learned these 2 things. The 2 things are the amount of lack of school supplies and other educational aid material, and also the amount of lack of support system that will support children or youth to succeed in their studies. So as a result, I decided to launch the project with the hope of changing some of the realities in Ethiopia. We were able to support 115 students in the small town Sadiqa. We were able to provide 115 of them to have access to the basic school supplies like pen, pencil, and exercise books, and uniform, and sport equipment, and many other equipment that they need for 1 year. We were able to provide them for 1 year. And also, we were able to build a learning center, a multi-purpose learning center that can be used by the entire school community and the entire community in that small town. We just finished the construction and we inaugurated that learning center actually in February 2020. Then, once we accomplished that objective, we just decided to set up an organization to do similar works in Ethiopia and also beyond. So the organization is called the Fanos Light Children Support Inc. I want to talk a little bit about this organization. Why the Fanos Light? And let's come to the name. Fanos is my sister, my elder sister, and she was an inspiration for me. And Fanos means lamp. She was like a lamp for me and for many of our family members and the entire community in Sadiqa and in a place where we live called Nazareth. So she was an inspiration for me when I was a kid. She's very compassionate. She loved to support people. She loved to help people. So she became an inspiration for me. And then I decided to name the name of the organization in her name. I believe every children, wherever they are, they can be successful if they're provided the tools and the materials and everything that they need. And also if they are supported. What I mean by support means it's not only material support that children need. They need somebody that they can look at. They need somebody who can encourage them and mentor them and guide them and support them. So we believe also in establishing a support system that can support those children to be successful. That's the reason why actually we build a learning center And that learning center, by the way, has computers and all types of books that I bought from Canada and also from Ethiopia. So what it means is if they have a space where they can come and study, and when they can have somebody who can tutor them, who can encourage them, who can mentor them, they absolutely can be successful. Let me tell you what happened. Actually, after we were able to provide for those 115 children in Sadika, many children who actually dropped out were able to come back to school. We have seen around 50 to 100 students who are actually dropped out because of having access to those kinds of things, came back to school. I am actually standing in front of Sadika Elementary School. That is the school, Sadika Elementary School. That's where my academic journey begins. And that's the reason why I was compelled actually to do something that will support the school, Sadika School. So I have said a lot of things. The objective is to support kids to have all the school supplies that they needed and any educational materials that they needed. And the other thing is to build a resource center, which we're building right now, and to establish
for such
a support system within the school. Like a kid like this guy. We want to do a similar project actually that we have done in Ethiopia, in Sadika, in 2 other parts of Ethiopia and also some other places. Let me tell you a few things. We have already start working with people in Kenya, where I was in Kenya for some times because I had some connections. So we're planning to work the same thing in Kenya, and also we have started working with people in Nigeria. And another thing that I want to add is we have now a project we designed actually to support 10 families in Vietnam and a community in rural Manitoba here in Canada. You know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. We believe everyone has a role to play in this. So your support means so much because we believe together we can do more.